Hello again, and welcome to another edition of Small Caps. I'm Peter Capsanis. Well, despite the slump in the lithium price over the last 12 months, Perth-based Galan Lithium has some good news to share, which has seemingly bucked the trend. The company, with its ticker code GLN, has secured a pre-offtake MOU, or Memorandum of Understanding, with Chinese-based Chengdu Chemphys Chemical Industry Co. What does it mean? Why is it good news? We're about to find out. And to tell us more, I'm joined by the company's managing director, JP Vargas de la Vega. I love saying that name, JP. Good to chat to you. It's been a while.
It has been a while, Peter. Good to see you again.
Likewise. Now, this agreement relates to your flagship project in Argentina, specifically the Hombre Muerto West project. Spell it out for us, JP. What do you get? What does Chemphys get in terms of this MOU?
Yep. Well, this is all go back to the agreement that we have with the Catamarca government. We signed a memorandum of understanding that then became an agreement between Galan and the government of Catamarca, in which we can sell our lithium chloride concentrate within Argentina, and also we can export it. In May, immediately we went to China and we started talking to lithium converters that will take our lithium chloride concentrate to convert it into lithium. Chemical product could be lithium for LFP batteries or lithium carbonate. On the back of that, we have run a process in which Chemphys can triumphant for our phase one, in which they are willing to prepay $40 million for our phase one production for up to 5 years. That runs about 23,000 tons of lithium carbonate equivalent.
Just run the figure again for it. That you get 40 million and they get 23,000 tons over 5 years. Is that right?
A commitment of 23,000 tons over the 5 years. If we produce more and we deliver the 23,000, we pay back the $40 million. And if it takes a bit longer, you know, there's a bit of flexibility on that end from both sides.
Okay. All right. Well, the board must be happy. Let's talk long game then, involving a Chinese buyer / partner. What does this give you, JP? Obviously, sustained market access, no doubt.
It gives us the opportunity to deliver the phase one project that we have now more closely halfway constructed. So this cash injection will definitely get us very close to production. We believe that this is very important for us just to cement this project from inertia. You know, it's get a project up and running is the most difficult part of things, but it's been a bit of a ride. The market is, as you point out, not at best this day, but we are defined gravity, if you want to call it, by signing not only an offtake agreement, but we have signed a document in which we'll get funded. And importantly, we're not giving away part of the project. We're not giving away part of the company. We have a commercial relationship with Chemphys, and we hope they can expand from that. But, you know, first things first, we want to get into production within the next 12 months, give or take. And then we would like to see what else we can do with Chemphys.
So is this, I guess, in light of the dynamic, and you just touched on it, you know, a break from inertia, as you said, in light of the market where it's been the last 12 months, is this validation of what you have is badly wanted?
Absolutely. Like with the process that we just run, what transpired is that the interest in China for lithium product, in our case, lithium chloride concentrate, which, by the way, we are doing the same thing as anyone else in Australia is doing. We are selling con. So the main difference is our con is more than double the grade than spodumene in Australia. If I translate those numbers, it will be very close to 13% lithium oxide. So in other words, we have the highest grade con in the world. And furthermore, the interest that we seen from many parties is that the converters that will be supplying our lithium product to battery makers, most of them are in expansion mode. So what we see is that the interest for new material is very strong. Whilst we're seeing the lithium prices today are low, the medium and the long term for the lithium industry, in our view, remains very strong.
Look, let's dive a little bit deeper and expand on that answer, because you've admitted and acknowledged that you're bucking the trend on the back of this MOU. You, JP, have a lithium brine project, something not commonly talked about or aware amongst the mum and dad investors, if you will. How do you differ in terms of perceived quality of product and hard rock, so to speak?
Yeah. Well, first of all, the lithium revolution started with our neighbors. I'll take you into memory lane. Our neighbors, Arcadium, produced the first lithium units for the Sony handycams for their lithium batteries.
Right.
So we're not doing anything new here. We're using the same lithium pretty much from next door that we have demonstrated that we have in our resource. The main difference between hard rock and lithium chloride, and by the way, we are the only company listed on the ASX selling lithium concentrate from lithium brine. So that's why the market is not well aware and understand exactly what we're doing. But to simplify things, we are producing lithium con, the same lithium con or concentrate that is being produced in Australia, but in a liquid form with more than double the grade. So nature has given us a gift in terms of having the lithium in solution, and we use the solar power and radiation in ponds to evaporate and concentrate our lithium brine into a product that gets into a high level of lithium content, and it's low energy intensity. We don't have to drill and blast, crush and screen. We don't have to do all these high energy intensive process to get into a high concentrate that, as I mentioned earlier, more than doubles the grade that a lithium concentrate from hard rock will have. So what it means is our transport costs are low. We have a high, as I mentioned, a high, more than double the grade of our concentrate, and importantly, the next step for lithium is it goes all into it's a chemistry exercise. So what does it mean? We are miners producing concentrate, then this concentrate gets taken into a chemical facility to produce battery grade lithium that goes into batteries. The interesting thing that we see now in China is that our product, rather than goes through the whole route of concentration, roasting, hydroxide, carbonate, and then lithium chloride concentrate, and then goes to the LFP batteries, we're seeing that our product cuts all of those highly intensive process and gets converted in two ways, either into lithium carbonate, which is commonly known, or goes straight pretty much into the LFP batteries by polishing our product. So to simplify things, we produce a very clean concentrate that is halfway to become a battery product.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fascinating stuff. What's on the horizon then moving forward? You mentioned you want to be, you've announced that you want to be in production next year. What's the specific timeline when it comes to next year?
With everything that we've done and the advance that we have, we expect to be in production and start ramping up production within the next 12 months. So I would like to be talking to you, Peter, in 12 months' time, saying we have our first con exported and on its way to China. So that's sort of the time frame that we have. And by, as we said, that we are 50% in, the main difference between hard rock also and brines is we have built a significant amount of the ponds, probably more than 60% of the area required for the whole project. In the meantime, we are accumulating an inventory. We have, imagine, a ROM. We are pumping brine into our ponds, and we are already concentrating our lithium, and we have approximately 3,500 tons of lithium chloride concentrate already being as part of an inventory. So the process started, and we're very excited that we in 12 months time we can be a producer.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you've you're already well advanced, so to speak. You've also got the nearby Candelas project. What's the latest with that, JP?
Candelas, it's currently it's our phase 4. We are looking at what else we can do to fast track it, Candelas, instead of being phase 4, to run in parallel with our phase 2, if possible. I would like to also remind our viewers that phase 2 permits are advancing well in parallel. We expect them to have them either late this year or early next year. So that itself, it's attracting a significant interest from pretty much the same parties that we've been in discussion. What I can say is that the process that we run, we have taken the company that has put the most money upfront for an offtake. But at the same time, by saying yes to Chemphys, we have say no to many others. So the interest from these others that we say no to them, it remains strong. So what I'm trying to say is that phase 2 will have an answer in due course, and we'll have the permits, and we'll be able to take the next step from phase 1 to phase 2. I always said that we want to walk before we run. But what we're seeing in the horizon now that it's out in the clear with Chemphys is that the interest for our product, that we are the only company doing so, is very strong and it's very clean, and it doesn't take that much to become part of a lithium battery.
Well, you've defied the odds and bucked the trend, as I said at the start in my intro. So, based on what you're saying, is lithium out of favour, or has it still got plenty of run to go?
Well, I will start saying that will be a lithium brine concentrate producer. And the advantage of lithium brine, you asked me before, what's the main difference, is that our operating costs are the lowest. I heard today that the lithium spodumene producers cannot make money at the current prices. We can. And that is the main difference. If you can refer to our presentations and see where we sit on the cost curve for the lithium industry, the lithium brine producers are one of the lowest in the world. And also, us, by producing concentrate only, our CO2 carbon foot emission is one of the lowest as well. So we can have two of the lowest things that people liked in terms of economics and carbon CO2 emission. And to answer the rest of the question is, look, I don't think that we're too far away from the bottom of the market. The fact that we see such a strong interest in China, something has to give. You cannot expect to have lithium product at these current prices. There's no investment. No one else is making money because most of the other projects requires a higher lithium environment to make money. And Argentina is one of the preferred jurisdiction for lithium today. We will see that approximately 6 new lithium projects will come online within this year and next year. And some of them, they are delayed. This never is a hanky-dory in terms of timing. But importantly, the amount of lithium required from here to 2030, if you look at the big picture, is almost 3 times what is produced today. So even if Argentina 100% comes online and everyone goes back on the tools, there won't be enough. So something has to give, and that will be price, because you have to have an incentive price for the market to go back into investment and get more lithium out of the ground. So I believe that this will be turnaround. What I cannot say to you, Peter, is will it take a week, a month, 3, 6 months, a year? As Galan, what we're looking forward is to get the funding, sink our capex, and then we are there for life. Also, something to highlight, our operating costs are pretty much flat, almost for life as well, because our main costs are pumping energy, reagent, which is lime, and then labor. So we don't have to deal with cutbacks. We don't have to look for the geometry of the ore body. We don't have to do any of that. So it's pretty much a flat pricing that stayed. And the mines of life of both our DFS 1 and 2 are 40 years. So it's a pretty steady, relatively simple solution in terms of mining.
I think they call it a sure thing once upon a time. But anyway, obviously we can't get Can't be too over the top. And last one, JP, how big is the resource?
Well, this is something that it doesn't get much portray on Galan, but by size, we are one of the top 20 resources in the world, lithium resources in the world. Now, if you take the same data into the actual producers and projects that are going to come online soon, we are top 10. So if you compare to the resource size of spodumene producers, as a reference, we'll give you, we are bigger than Liontown by size in terms of how many tons of lithium carbonate equivalent we have as a resource today. And importantly, and again, is cost. We are one of the lowest it will be one of the lowest in the industry. We have room to optimize, and that will give us a strong holding point from here to the next 40 years of production.
A fascinating story indeed, JP. Thanks for talking to us today. We look forward to what happens around the corner, and obviously we'll be looking keenly with interest when production and the export time comes for the company. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you very much, Peter.